Hello friends, Svaho here, and today we are looking at the top lane oriented updates from patch 12.22 and some math behind them. Uh, so basically, taking minion experience solo right now gives you more experience than it did before this patch, and taking shared experience with, let's say, your support if you're AD carry, or if your jungler comes to mid or top and taxes you, uh, that will stay the same as it was before. Mid lane goal changes are basically like this. Every wave that top lane gets, mid lane will get 6 gold less, and every cannon wave will be worth 7 gold less. This, in my opinion, is a decent change, but seeing as that it only lasts until 14 minutes, I will still need to do more math about this specific part to see how it actually affects the mid lane and the power spikes. However, this is the part of the patch notes that really interested me because minions now grant 2.15% more experience to solo champions. What does this mean? Well, each minion gave a certain amount of experience and now they give more. How much? Well, the melee minions give you 62 experience. The cannon creeps give you 95, while the casters and the range minions give you 30.645. This might not be the exact number, this is the number that I got, and because of this number, I got this equation, uh, this simple formula. So as you can see, it's 91 experience from the 3 caster minions that you have each wave. The first wave, at the end of it, you will have 277 experience, uh, which basically means that, well, you're getting a random 1 experience more from waves. Now, I made this table, and in this table you can see the values for top lane and for mid lane. While the top lane spawn timers and such are the same as the bot lane ones, the rest of the things like the solo experience and such and the levels are going to be different. As you can see, the thing that I highlighted here is the 2402 experience that you will be getting as you finish the 8th wave. So that means that you will be getting level 6 at that point. Why is this important? I believe that champions like Twisted Fate, Nocturne, and Galio, and all these champions that really want to roam from mid lane, Rise is another one that I can mention. So all of these champions will get a really big spike one wave earlier, and that wave is really important because it is, of course, a cannon wave. As you can see, the 9th wave here is, of course, the cannon wave, which means that if you are roaming and if you are setting up a play on, let's say, bot lane, and you do reset, the opponent will have a harder time to basically push in the wave, and you will most likely lose less minions that you normally would. Uh, I believe that this is something that mid laners will be looking to play around right now, and that, well, top laners can also abuse because fighting on the 8th wave to see who will get level 6 sooner, and then maybe punishing your opponent by getting it faster than he did by just 1 or maybe 2 creeps is going to be a big skill expressive thing for solo laning and like solo XP. Another thing that I would like to mention is that they moved up the scuttler, so the scuttler now spawns exactly at 3:30, and this is basically the time that the minions in mid lane will collide into each other on in the center of the lane, where the minions on the side lanes will be at their tier 1 tower at this point. Why is this important? Well, I believe that this is important because if your mid laner is looking to get perfect solo experience and like get that early level 6, they will probably not roam. However, the top laners and the side laners will have their minion waves at their tier 1 towers, and depending on that, they could possibly roam. I think that a lot of support will have more like incentive to leave their AD carries solo now because they get even more experience from it, while they will not really be beneficial for like supports and junglers to come mid lane in these certain scenarios where you do have Twisted Fate, where you do have like Galio, when before the game you're communicating that you want to do this type of play. Basically, what's going to happen is, okay, the support comes, the jungler comes, they help you in mid lane. Well, you're not going to hit this level 6 on the 8th wave because, as you can see, it's just barely above the amount that is required. Thank you for listening. I hope that this video helps you in your solo queue games and in competitive. Uh, you can follow me on @svahoofficial on Twitter, and I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.